Beautiful soul, it is exciting to be here. I am streaming live on multiple platforms for the first time, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'm super excited because today is the beginning of, well, okay, it's not today, but this week is the beginning of the Cannes Film Festival. So this is a time of glitz and glamour here on the French Riviera, as all of these wonderful filmmakers and actors and producers and financiers come and flock to the Riviera to share their film projects and their ideas and, in some cases, their money to support creativity at its height. And I absolutely love this time of year. I love the energy that I feel here on the French Riviera. So hello to everyone who's out there. I see some people in the United States and Portugal and the Netherlands. Welcome to my global live stream. So I want to talk to you. I mentioned that there are people here on the French Riviera during the Cannes Film Festival talking about financing. So people come to the festival to not only show their films, but to also pitch their films to get financing. And what's interesting is that in this arena of filmmaking, people have no problem asking for money, right? It's like we need to create this amazing film that we want to share with the world. And why is it easy to ask for money for a film? Well, because generally, we all know that a film is going to get on either the big screens, being shown in theaters, or it's going to be on Netflix. And we know that that's going to generate revenue. So in other words, when you're pitching a film idea, you generally are expecting that there's going to be a return on that investment. So of course, people have these beautiful creative ideas that have been in their consciousness for a while. And it's like, yeah, I can stand up and share this idea and inspire you to finance it, right? So why is it so hard for healers and coaches, the light workers, the soulful people? Why is it so hard for y'all to ask for money? Well, I think there are two reasons. One is if you were in the filmmaking world, if you were putting out a product that you know is going to generate significant revenue, most people don't have a problem asking for money to finance a film, right? We see these amazing multi-million-dollar blockbusters here, right? But if you happen to be a coach or a healer, some heart-centered entrepreneur, and you've created a business, a product, or a service that brings life to people or restores life and vitality to people, or it can help them overcome challenges and restore their relationships, why is it so difficult to ask for money from potential clients? Since I've been working with these heart-centered entrepreneurs and light workers around the world, I've noticed that there are many people who are undercharging for their services. Now, it's a little different for me because as a medical doctor from America, we're kind of used to having pretty high fees for, say, an office visit, or if you were coming to the doctor for a procedure, that's going to cost you some money. But guess what? If you're a healer or a coach or a trainer of some sort or a consultant, chances are you're giving really high value. You're giving something that is so valuable. We're entrusting our life to you or the life of our children or our spouse or our home. And that's pretty valuable. But what I found is there's two things. One thing is it's a feeling that we don't deserve it. That is tied to low self-worth. So if you don't feel that you are worth anything, even though the services you provide may have a high value, then you're going to have a hard time charging what you're worth. Does this ring true for anyone out there? Do you have a hard time asking higher prices for your services? So part of it is also this feeling that if you're a heart-centered entrepreneur, or you're doing something in the creative space, there's almost this feeling that if I'm going to ask for money, it's going to somehow make this dirty. Like somehow, because I'm a healer, or because I'm a creator, an artist, a painter, a writer, a singer, some people get this impression that if I ask for money, it's somehow creating this negative energy around my art or around this soul service. Does that ring true to anyone? Anybody you know who's like that? Well, it's one of those things that drives me a little crazy, because here's the thing. You are a unique being with unique gifts that you are presenting to the world. Just like these people right here on the Croisette here in Cannes, just like these people who are creating these blockbuster movies that we shell out money for, they are creating unique works of art. But guess what? They're not even 100% unique, because many of them are kind of just a remake. Like, how many times have you seen a movie that has the same storyline? Person is kidnapped and they have a short, limited amount of time to give the ransom money before they're going to be, parted from their loved one forever, right? How many films have we seen with that exact storyline? A ton. And yet we continue to go see those movies, and we sit there in the theater or at home, and we still feel that adrenaline bubbling up inside of us. We still feel that, that tension and that excitement. So even though they're not 100% original, we are still willing to pay and spend our time in those kind of movies. And yet you are a unique, precious being. There is no other being on the planet like you. There is no person who has the soul print of you. Did you know? We talk about fingerprints being unique. So even if you were an identical twin, you don't have the same fingerprints. You don't even have the same lip prints as your twin. Well, guess what? Nobody else on this planet has the same soul print as you, the spiritual DNA of you. So even if you have a similar job to someone else, a similar role you're playing, whether that's a coach or a healer or a web designer or a hairstylist or a veterinarian. Hi, Joanna. No matter what, you are bringing a unique set of characteristics to the table. You are bringing a unique energy. You are bringing you, all of the attributes of you. And here's the thing. While we're here on the French Riviera looking at all of the glitz and the glamour for the Cannes Film Festival, there's an interesting thing happening. We have these critics, of course, always critics at this time of year, critiquing people's dresses and who wore it best on the red carpet. But here's this other thing. We often find that there are people going online and they're critiquing people's performance in movies. But in particular, have you ever seen any of these great movies where one of the actors is portraying a real person who's maybe passed on? Like, how many movies have you seen with Mandela, or somebody playing Muhammad Ali, or who else? Name a favorite remake movie about someone's real life. Well, what we find, like in the case of Jennifer Lopez, when she did Selena, we have these people online who are experts in dialects, these accents that people can mimic. And it's interesting that some of these big Hollywood actors who have had time and attention to focus on getting the accent just right. And there are these consultants who will watch a section of the movie, and they'll play it for you so that you can see, like Ben Kingsley doing his best version of Gandhi. And they'll put right next to it the actual clip of Gandhi saying those words. And they'll compare who, did this person actually get the accent just right? And here's the thing. Even though these are well-paid actors who've had coaches, they've had time to rehearse and do it over and over again, they still don't get perfection in many cases. And so how does this relate to you? Well, I can tell you this, my friend. You and I may do some things very similarly. We may have aspects of our lives or our personality that we do similarly. But I can guarantee you that I will never be as good at being you as you. And I can guarantee you that you will never be as good as being me as I am. Even if you spent a lot of time analyzing me and my language and what I do, you can't mimic me. And no one can outdo you. And so this idea that you are this unique, precious being who came to this planet to do your part that nobody else can do as well as you. There is no one on the planet that can do you like you can. You have enormous potential and uncountable value. You are worthy of the highest, highest, highest of everything. And so this idea about knowing that you are worth the moon and the stars. And yes, Stefan, it's right, no copycatting. When I first moved to the French Riviera and started doing a bit of consulting around personal branding, people would come to me and say, "Ooh, Andrea, I really want to get on TV or get on stage. Think of me as the next Tony Robbins, or I'm the next Oprah." And the reality is, sorry, my other camera's out of focus here. You will never be able to do Oprah like Oprah can do Oprah. You're not going to be better than Tony Robbins. And guess what? The world doesn't want another copy of anyone else who's out there. What's up, Karan? We want you. We need you to fully be you. And so you are absolutely 100% worthy of your place in this beautiful tapestry of life. There's nobody who's ever going to be able to do you. And that's right. You are the first Karan. There is nobody who can duplicate you. And so this idea that, oh, well, just because I do the same job as someone else, how can I justify asking for more money? Well, I know a lot of makeup artists, and I've been, sitting in the chair getting my makeup done for TV or for a photo shoot or going on stage, and they're not all the same. They may have the same education, they may use the same tools, but there's a different energy. And even if they're very skilled, there's something that happens when you have someone doing your makeup or your hair. You want to feel like you're really connected to that person, that they get you, they get your personality and your sensitivities. And so even if there are two people who do something similar, the person who's delivering that service is different. And if you happen to be giving from the heart and the soul, like I know you have the ability to do, then absolutely you should be paid according to the value that you provide. And so this idea of competition, I want you to just get rid of it. Get rid of the notion of competition. People think that it's something and it's actually not. Here's the deal. There is more than enough of everything on this planet for everyone. There is enough food, water, shelter, money, resources. There is enough for everyone. Now the challenge is that wealth and those resources are not distributed equally. Right now we have a concentration of wealth and resources in the hands of a few. And I'll tell you what, I'm on a mission to change that. I would love it if everyone would act like Warren Buffett or Bill and Melinda Gates and start giving away billions, and Zuckerberg. But guess what? We can't wait for people to awaken. We can't wait for people to have so many billions that they finally say they're going to share with the needy or the poor. But I'm on a mission to help more healers and light workers, the heart-centered entrepreneurs, to earn more money. You're giving services that are absolutely, absolutely valuable. You're giving your time and your energy and your attention, and that's something I could pay you by the hour, but what I receive in value, you can't even put a price on it in many cases. And so I definitely feel like we are all on this mission to recognize our worth. And so the reason I want you to think about your worth, not in terms of what you do, but about who you are and what you provide. Because again, you could have two car mechanics who have the same technical skills, but one makes me feel confident that they're not charging me too much money and I'm getting my car back with, no drama. I'm going to feel confident to pay that person. Whereas if someone's always late or kind of shisty or one thing breaks after another, you're kind of like, did he do that? Or so we pay for who you are. And that's based on your values. That's based on things about you that other people cannot duplicate. So for example, many of you know that one of my values is authenticity. Another one of my high values is integrity. So integrity means wholeness. Integrity means all parts are coming together. And so for me, integrity is about lining up your actions with your words so that they come together and it creates a whole. You would be out of integrity if you say one thing and then you do another. And so when I'm around someone who has a lack of integrity, I don't want to be around them because that's my value. That is one of my highest values. I value authenticity. So when I'm around people who are confident in who they are and they can just be themselves truthfully, not putting on airs, not putting on a mask and trying to tell me what they think I want to hear. But when someone can be authentically raw, open from the heart, it pulls me in. It makes me want to spend even more time with them. And it's the same with you. If you lead based on your values, then there is no competition. There is no competition. There's enough on this planet for all of us. And so if you have a similar job to someone else, please know that there's actually enough for everyone. It is a lie, it is a myth, it is a false statement to say that there's scarcity. And so scarcity consciousness brings up something that I think you just said, Stefan. It's about the ego. Now, I'm actually going to share a video later this week about the difference between being ego conscious and soul conscious. Because I ultimately want you to be able to be so tuned in to who you really are that it's no question that you're valuable. It's no question that you deserve to be paid for the goodness that you're bringing to other people. But here's the thing. If you are constantly comparing yourself to other people, then that means you're not in soul consciousness. You're in ego consciousness, where people will tell you that there's this concept of scarcity. There's not enough for everyone. But it's a lie. It is a lie. There is enough for everyone. We simply need to get into this energy of I'm going to be me and let you be you. And what resonates for people is what they will get. So there are many of us that are doing coaching, for example, or we're doing personal branding, for example, or we're helping people become better speakers or whatever. But there's a difference in our energy, our vibe, and our values. So for people who come to my publishing company, Make Your Mark Global, if they want to just become a best-selling author and they want to buy one of those programs that can get them to the top of the list, I'm not the publisher for you. I am not the publisher for you. If you want to put your heart and soul into a book and share it with the world because you genuinely want to help other people, then yeah, this is a publisher you want to talk to. And why? It comes back to, again, my values. My values are about authenticity and integrity. And so Yes, Kimberly, you attract what you feel about yourself. So one of the things that I believe is that, of course, I put so much love out to the world. I give away services, I give away books, I give away my time. I know that I'm giving from the overflow of compassion in my heart. And then when I have a conversation with a client about a product, I know that my products and my services are going to help that business owner increase their revenue by 10 to 100 times. I know the power of leveraging the media, or getting on that TED stage, or publishing a book, or learning how to share your magic sauce by creating your own intellectual property and then turning that into courses and workshops. I know that that can bring you thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I have no problem sitting down with an entrepreneur or a fellow light worker and sharing the price for one of my services, because I know I'm creating something based on integrity. But it comes, if you start feeling like, oh, maybe I should lower my price, or so-and-so's doing this at that price, should I undercut them? Then you're already in that scarcity mentality. You're already thinking that there's not enough for everyone. But there is. Like, there are enough people. Granted, you may need a little help in marketing to reach those people, but this idea that there's not enough, that you have to compete, is a falsehood. It's not real, because no one can be you, and you shouldn't even be trying to copy anyone else. There's no need, because the person who is for you is waiting for the energy and the vibration, and they're waiting for the real you. The authentic expression of who you really are is what's going to resonate with them. And that expression is what's going to actually make them feel like, ah, oh, I'm in the right place with the right person. Is this making sense? All right, so I've seen people chiming in from Washington, D.C. Hello, Charles, in the USA. Stefan is in Spain. Margareta, yes, she says there's enough for everybody. I don't know where you are right now, but love that you're tuned in. And yes, thank you, Simone. If you lead based on your values, there's no competition. So the last thing I'll say is this. If you really do think about who you really are as a precious soul, as a precious, energetic, light being, you have your physical attributes. Maybe you have special skills. You may be great with your hands, or you have an eye for things. Or maybe you're one of my nerdy friends who can totally get into the minds of people, and like I do, I see visions, I hear what you want to do, and take all of that vast information and then put it into bite-sized, reasonable portions that people can understand. That's my superpower, right? So you have a superpower, or several, and these are based on, this earth suit that you've inherited this lifetime. But then there's also this aspect of your values. If you value creativity, or you value wholeness, and what's up, Barbara from Bada Boom, many blessings to you. Like, if you think about what Barbara and Nicola are doing just down the road here in Nice, they're creating this delicious and beautiful to the eyes, beautiful to the palate, food. But when you think about where are you sourcing that food, that's what will put one person out of the running. When we look at our values, like in our household, we're zero waste. We want things that are fair trade. We buy local as often as possible. So it's those values that would make me choose one caterer over another. And yes, and Shamani says that they're soul contracted clients. So maybe you actually have a contract with some souls out there that are just waiting. And here's the thing. If you step up on the scene and try to act like anybody else, oh, I'm just going to be, the same version, but better. Better sameness is not a good strategy. It's not sustainable. And you will find that the people who really are waiting for you, like they are dialed in on a soul level to pick up on your frequency. If you're being something else, something fake, something inauthentic, you're going to miss those people. And guess what? That means they have to go find services or products from someone else who isn't dialed in to them. So I love that you call it that, Shamani, being soul contracted, because I truly believe that the people that are in my tribe, these are clients that keep coming back and back and back, because we're like a soul family. And you can see this when you come to our events. You'll see all these people just hugging and loving on each other, and we lift each other up. And that's again, it's part of my values. My values are to lift you up to be the best version of you possible. And even there are people in my tribe who do what I do. And yes, I am still doing my best to lift them up, because there's going to be a difference in my energy versus theirs, which means they are going to attract the clientele that's for them. And it's my gift to help see the best in you and then to amplify that and to launch you. So I don't feel like there's any competition. I don't feel, granted, I've done a lot of work, but I don't feel that there's any need for fear. And so it all comes back to, who are you? Who are you being right now? Are you at least on this path to be your best self, which means you're committed to this ideal or a higher state of consciousness, a highest state of being, or your higher self? And if that's the case, if you feel this twinge coming up where you feel like you need to compete or be better than or put someone down, is that the highest version of yourself? Or is that just the little lowly ego that's been conditioned to think there's not enough? I need to get ahead. That's all I'm saying. So, Shamini, you're adorable. And hello, Katim's from Zambia. We've got people from all over the world. I am so loving it. So I hope that this is making a little bit of sense to you. When I say that you are a gift to the world, I truly believe it. I believe that being born as a human is a gift. It's a precious gift. You could have been born as a bird. I mean, granted, they get to fly around and stuff, but they got to sleep outside in the cold, and they got to, eat worms. But being born as a human, all jokes aside, it is a gift. And this precious human life, we can put it to use so that we're actually developing ourselves and moving forward and evolving spiritually. That's like the highest aspiration, I believe, for us, is to evolve and to grow spiritually. And if we really look at this life being precious, then why would we want to waste our time hating on others, putting other people down, or staying in that low energy of the ego? Why wouldn't we want to check ourselves? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you find that you're starting to feel that egoic twinge of ickiness, then I invite you to just take a step back and really investigate what's going on here and tune into that higher state of consciousness. I definitely feel like there's an awakening going on in our planet, and it's an invitation for each of us to step out of that comfort zone and say, how can I be the best version of myself? And to be open and honest about that, because you are a gift. You are a gift to the world. There is no one on the planet that has the soul print of you. There is no one on the planet that has that same energy and vibe. And there's no one on the planet that can manifest what's in your heart and soul like you can. So we need you to step up and be that full version of you. Make sense? So my friends, you truly are a gift to the world. So I want you to share your presence with passion. I want you to be able to share from this abundant, compassionate heart that is overflowing. And that's the truth. That is the truth of what I believe. So let's see. We've got some messages here coming in. Kimberly Wright, one of the authors in our Magic and Miracles book, says, we all came in with a tone. When expressed, others that resonate with that tone are drawn like a moth to a flame. It's beautiful. Amen. I love that. And it's true. We each have our own vibe, our own energy, our own resonant tuning frequency. And it's like music. It is like a tone. The music that I love is my jazzy soul stuff. And there are plenty of others who prefer pop, or they prefer reggae, or whatever. And that's fine. We are drawn to what we like. And also on the topic of music and competition, you know, a lot of people back in the day when I was singing or trying to sing in like the traditional way. Now I just sing from my heart. But back in the day, people would try to put me into a box. They're like, "Oh, you're a singer that's kind of like insert some famous person," and then they would try to create music to make me sound like that. And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm different." And some people would say, "Well, we need you to be like commercially similar to someone else." But the reality is, as soon as someone really remarkable came out on the scene, like, again, I'm going back into like my high school and college days, the first time that I heard Erykah Badu, it was like there was nobody else doing that. And so people thought, oh, well, she's just an outlier. That's just one weird sound. She's only going to get a certain kind of following. But then little by little, what happened, we started to find more and more of these beautiful soul mixed with jazzy riffs, mixed with all kinds of new flavors and influences that came in. And pretty soon you're finding that there are multiple people in this new category. But here's the thing. Just because you bought, say, a Lauryn Hill album back in the day, did that mean you're not going to buy anybody else? No. We have multiple CDs or MP3s of so many artists. And so this idea that we have to compete because there can only be one number one la 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 is a falsehood. There are so many people who are just dying to hear from you in the resonant tone of you that will be drawn to you. And if you are in the self-help industry or the health industry and you're wondering, can I write a book? There's already so many books out there. Should I launch that program? There are already so many programs out there. The reality is, if you were really sick with some kind of condition, how many books would you read on that topic? You think you're only going to read one and say, okay, I'm going to just do everything in this one book and that's it? No. If you wanted to learn about finance, if you wanted to learn about raw juicing, if you wanted to learn about how to launch your business with integrity, chances are you're going to sample what's out there and you're going to do multiple programs and read multiple books. So this idea that there can only be one is a falsehood. So if you will embrace the authentic, original you and package it up in whatever way fits you and share it with the world, that is how you're going to stand out. That's how you're going to attract your tribe, and that's how you will thrive. So as much as you can do just that, I think that you will find that there is plenty. There's plenty for everyone. And guess what? If you think that earning money is somehow going to make you a bad person, then maybe you do need to check back in with your values. Because for the people that I know that when we put more money into the hands of the soul-conscious, heart-inspired entrepreneurs, they give. It means that they can hire web designers and virtual assistants, or they can hire people to clean the house. They can hire other people to do certain tasks as they earn more money, which means we're creating this virtuous cycle of support. I think about this every single time that I'm thinking about the gifts that I have to give. Sometimes it's physical gifts, and then sometimes I realize, wow, this person who's coming to take care of the house, we were just talking with this individual, and they were telling me how it's liberating them. Like having a flexible job where they know there's regular money coming in with someone who's easy to work with, that's a gift to them. So just know that you deserve to have this money coming to you. You're worth it. And if you are coming from healthy values and these pure intentions, then what you're putting out, of course, you're going to get back several-fold. You deserve it. This world deserves the real you, the whole you, the full you. And yes, Shamini says, word, we can sustain the mission with money. I'm tired of seeing broke light workers. If you're broke, you can't help anybody. It's like if you were, here on the Riviera, if you were a lifeguard, you can't help anybody if you're drowning. Like, we need you to be thriving. So embrace all of who you are, and just know that I am always wrapping you with so much love, so much light, and wishing you the best from here in the French Riviera. If you would like some support in getting past your blocks around self-love and self-worth, I will be in the United States. Anybody want to hang out this summer in the US? Well, I will be with the beautiful Karena Virginia in the United States at 1440 Multiversity in the Redwoods. So we will be in California this July for a very special retreat about the inner bliss and outer glow. It's all about really connecting to the self-worth and self-love and being able to glow with that sense of vitality and passion. So if you're free in July, why don't you jump on a plane or take a little drive or a train and come and see us in California. It would be wonderful to connect with you. So that's in July. And I've put the URL right there. 1440 Multiversity is a gorgeous campus where you will be completely nurtured and secluded in the beautiful redwoods, those huge, huge trees that have been there for centuries, just offering so much love and light to us. The retreat is very low cost, and the accommodations include all of your meals, which are delicious whole food meals. So I'd love to see you there. And for those of you that are on this side of the map, I will be in Denmark next month for the Light Festival. Right around the summer solstice, we are going to celebrate light and light workers with Charlotte Banff and Guido Winter-Graugard and so many other people. There's going to be music. I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be singing at the bonfire. I cannot wait. It's going to be such a beautiful celebration entering into summer. So my friends, once again, just remember that you are a gift to the world, and it's time for you to rise up, live your passion, and share your presence with passion. Much love to you all. I will see you again next time. Bye.